keep it 100, like Borden in the streets, but especially when recording.
We already know who we got in the house right now, dog.
Yo, the one and only Miro.
Holy,
No,
Miro.
you remember me when people used to call me Flacco, bro?
That's the name I know for real.
That's what you remember.
Flacco, fam.
You know me as Flacco.
Sweet boy Flacco, the nice long hair. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the nice long hair?
Yo, start getting bald, bro. You start getting bald, bro.
You just have to just embrace it.
Yeah, bro. That's what happens when you start getting older.
You're looking like the Hells Angels up there, fam. You rolling with the bikers?
Nah. It's just a vibe, bro. It's just a vibe, bro. It's just a vibe, bro. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like, we haven't seen each other for a good, over like a good 10
years,
10
man.
years,
Easy. As I was saying when I was rolling around with Trey Brooks, shout out Trey Brooks, you know what I'm saying? That's how I met you.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True Trey them. Yeah, bro, it's been a minute still.
Yeah, man.
That's when they were rapping, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
1-6.
Yeah.
The Wolfpack, you know what I mean?
That was the crew back in the days. Now just like on some different things right now, living life, bro, and just like...
You see, you've been on the fashion heavy.
Kinda, always been on that, bro. You know, like I've been on that.
Been on your own thing, yeah.
Been on that, but now I'm like, you know, over the last 5 years, what was it like? You know, I launched my own design firm, clothing
line?
No.
Oh.
I'm mixing up my words, bro. I lost my own strategic brand consultancy. So like,
whoa, slow that down for me, dog, for the illiterates. What's that?
Yeah. So basically what we do, we work with, it's basically like digital marketing, you know? So I work with small to medium-sized companies.
Okay.
And what we do is kind of help them with their strategy on how to roll out a product, how to brand their product, how to talk about their product.
So kind of like a marketing type of thing.
Yeah, it's more in that, you know? So so I've been doing that, honestly, officially since 2020.
2020.
Yeah. And, you know, it's been a roller coaster journey, bro. Like it brought me across the world, bro. Actually,
been traveling and doing that?
Yeah. So, bro, I went to Denmark. Went to Texas last year. Spoke at design conferences.
Yeah.
Actually rebranded Will Smith's company.
Rebranded Will Smith company. Talk to me a little. What does that mean? Like, how'd you do that?
Basically, like, you know, they contacted us and we worked with their team because they wanted to kind of like change their company, change the look of their company, you know? So they contacted us to kind of like help them strategize on how to reposition their company and how to rebrand their company specifically, you know what I'm saying? So we went out to California, Calabasas.
Wow.
You know, we went out there for like a week. You know, it was a crazy experience, bro. We were living up in the hills, bro. They got us up in the hills, bro.
So you were where the Hollywood sign is?
We're around, like, I think that's in the Calabasas. I think that is. But I didn't see the Hollywood sign, bro, you know? But it was nice. They treated us very well and we got to work with them. And it was, you know, it was one of their biggest projects.
So did you meet Will Smith himself?
Nah, I didn't get to meet him. I didn't get to meet him. That was the only thing. I wish I got to meet him, but you know, we just met, like, you know, people, the people who run his company and stuff like that. And we just work closely on that.
What's his company about?
So he does, they do production. So I don't know if you know the show Bel Air.
Yeah, I never watched it, but
they produced that. They produced that, and they produced like a bunch of shows like Cobra Kai. A few shows on Snapchat. They produce. So that's what they do. So they produce shows. They produce shows. You know.
So how did they hear about you guys, and how much people was on your team?
We were like 5 or 6 people. We were like 5 or 6 people out there, and like, you know, they heard about us because, bro, like, you know, we were kind of making noise in the advertisement world, you know.
Out here in Montreal,
not
generally,
just internationally, bro, online, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people who are in our industry, they heard about us, and like, you know, there's not that many I was saying like now it's kind of changing, but there weren't that many black owned agencies that are doing what we were doing. So like our name just kind of like built up on its own, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, the marketing director who was working there at the time heard about us.
Okay.
You know, they reached out and they're like, yo, listen, this is the project, you know, is this something that you guys want to do or can do? And we're like, yeah, for sure.
And then you just do with it.
Let's gonna do with it, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So those are the type of things that I just really been on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
talk to me a little bit about the fashion.
The fashion, bro, this is just what I do on my personal.
So it's not like a...
It's not like a business.
Like a business or a career. You're not trying to be a model or none of that stuff.
One thing I've been actively more on my social and just like really promoting it a little bit more. But it's not really like, that's not my main bread and butter. My main career, I should say, is the agency, the design agency when I'm running right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's dope.
And
that's dope.
So yeah, man.
No, but yo, that's what's up. But you have your black man with his own company, bro. My hat's off to you.
Yo,
you know
bro,
it's
not easy, bro. There's a lot of ups and downs, bro. You know, like how to.
But you said you started at 2020, right?
Officially, but prior to that, like, you know, cause I do it with me and my lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like when I met her in 2016, we were doing it kind of like, not seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still trying to figure things out. And so, like, from 2016 to 2020, we're just, like, working with local businesses here and there, trying out things, see what work. And then 2020, we were really like, okay, let's lock in. Let's register it. Incorporate it and let's go all in, and that's how we did it.
That's the thing right there, which is the scary part. Just deciding to go all in. You know what I'm saying?
You have to. You know, because at the end of the day, bro, like I look at life as how you could say it's like how you could say like. It's like a trial and error thing, you know
like
what I'm saying?
Like a gamble almost.
Yeah. I want to say like a full-on gamble, bro. Like
a calculated risk.
Calculated risk. But at the end of the day, bro, like I always look at it, even if it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, at least I'm going to learn from it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like...
And at least you did it.
Bro, and I'm still taking mad L's, bro. I still take L's, but the L's that I'm taking there's things that, it's lessons that I'm learning that I'm going to apply to different things.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's fun and games, bro. You know what I'm saying? And also like right now, like we just finished working with the city of Montreal. So, you know, you want with that, have a huge project that we're going to put out that I'm super excited about. It's a historic project for black designers in our city. You know what I mean? So
dope. You know about Creme Montreal? Creme Montreal. You never seen that around?
The clothing line.
Yeah, that's my brother still.
Oh, okay. Shout out to him.
Probably line you guys up still.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's the thing, bro. I love, you know, I think that we need to work together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be powerful if we put money in our pockets. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, go check the black barber, the black clothing line, the black marketing. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Keep the money rotating and like help each other, build each other. You know what I'm trying to say?
I have a hot take, bro, but my hot take is like, I think people do want to work together, but I think some people just don't know the existence of certain people, or they just don't know how to approach certain people.
That too.
So I think, I don't know, like I'm probably a little naive, but I think there is a willingness nowadays of people to work together. But I think, you know, a lot of us are just too caught up on the phones and things like that, and we just don't know how to approach someone to be like, yo, you know, let's work together.
And as you said, taking that risk. I don't feel like a lot of people are about taking that risk. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, like real talks, like even with this podcast, you know, almost people tell me, yo, I wanted to try and do that. But no one's willing to just put the camera and just take that risk. And like, if it pops, it pops. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I've always been that person that anything I do in life, I'm not scared to fail. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
yo, bro, that's a super like powerful
That's
skill
key. That's
to
key.
have. That's a powerful
That's
skill to
key.
have, bro. Because
Yeah.
everyone's gonna think you're crazy until it starts working.
Exactly. Then they want to
They're gonna look at you funny. They're like, "Yo, you have a camera in your car. What you doing? You're doing." And then once the momentum start happening, that's when they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, okay." You know. So sometimes you need to be that person who break the ice.
No, facts. And if it hit it, and it's okay if it doesn't. You know what I mean? Everything is a lesson. You know what I mean? There's no L's. There's just lesson. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Facts.
Even if it doesn't go as planned, it's like, okay, what did I learn from that to take it to go something else? So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or try again.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm with that.
What do you feel like? A little bit. We'll go back to your style a little bit. Do you feel like your style kind of like reflects who you are, or like, I don't know if I'm even asking this properly. Like, you know, okay, for example, if I see a nigga that's all baggy clothes and hoodied up, I'm gonna associate that with a gangster. If I see like a suit and tie, a businessman, like your expression, do you think that reflects who you are? Because it's different, it's loud, it's your own swag in your own category. You get what I'm trying to say? Or not really? You just have fun with it.
I don't know. Me, I speak for me personally. I just have fun with it, bro. I just have fun with it, and I think like nowadays, bro, because of how like, and I always blame. I'm gonna blame the internet. It's just that internet. It just broke down the barriers for so many things. So like a lot of things that you like, everyone's just incorporating different styles. You can't just take things as face values, bro, because like even like, you know, certain people wearing something, our reference might be something else, but because they're like, people are growing up seeing different people's reference. So like, for example, if I see like Timberlands, for example, I would be like, yo, I remember when Biggie used to wear that stuff, and that's my reference. But now kids are growing up and they're like, oh, my favorite influencers wearing Timberlands, and that's their reference. You know what I mean? So everyone's taking like different pieces
and just putting it together,
and they all have different references. So it's like now, like fashion style, like bro, it's just all over the place, and it's just like, yo, you just pick and choose.
I'm noticing that
choose what you want, bro.
You're right. Nowadays, literally, people just put anything together.
Wear everything you want, bro. Wear everything.
It's a different time now, still. Because when I was growing up, it was like you had to have a certain look, or you're not cool type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that era is out the window.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of out the window. I think it's all about like, yo, bro, it's like your attitude, and it's like your own interpretation of the stuff, bro. Like, so I don't think it's just like a boxed in, like, oh, you have to wear this to be cool. I think it's just it's whatever you choose to make it cool, and however you wanna play around with that. That's how I approach it.
But that means you have a certain level of bravery and a level of willing to take risks too, because as I said, I'm sure we're around the same age. You're coming from back in the days where like they'll look at you weird if you wear any and anything. Like, but you always had that, like your own kind of style. Like, I mean, I feel like it got louder and louder throughout the years, but you've always had your own type of swag. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
But that's a reflection of who I am as a person.
See, that's what I was asking at the beginning. See,
the risk thing, bro, it's not just like, it's just not in the fashion. It's just in life as general. Like, I like to look at life as a big experimentation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess the visual way how people see it is like, oh, they see it through my style, but it's just like, but that's how I look at life, period, bro. It's like, I like to look at it like I'm a scientist, and I'm just like,
I love individuality, bro. I love when people are just not scared to be themselves, you know what I'm saying?
You only got one life to live, bro. Like, you can't live your life based on other people's like expectations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially when majority of people are scared to be themselves, bro.
Most people.
You know what I'm saying?
Most people, bro. I'm telling you, most people. But it's like, that's when people will love you the most and love you for who you are. And like, if they don't love you, then they don't love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, instead of like having fake friends, having people following you for what you're trying to make it seem like you are.
Yeah.
And when people realize that's not you, then how can they love you? That's not you. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Oh, facts. So what made you start like going in front of the camera and like giving your little speeches? You know what I mean? And your little philosophies.
That's a new
wave.
That's a new thing. I wouldn't say a new thing, but that's bro. Like last year, I'm not gonna lie. Last year was very tough for me on so many different levels, bro. Like, it was tough just business wise. It was tough. It was tough on a personal level.
Yeah.
It was tough on a spiritual level. And there was just a lot of different things that was just happening, bro. And I just reached to a point where I was just like, yo, you know what? Like, I don't know. I just reached to a point where I just kind of wanted to express myself, bro. So I just literally just like, I just started vlogging my day to day, and I just started like saying things on my mind that like I just wanted to say. I just wanted to put out there, you know? And I was always like, you know, I don't have kids yet, bro, but I was always looking at it from the lens too. I was also thinking about like, yo, if I had a son right now, bro, what are some lessons I would want him to have, you know? Or just little,
I like the way you put that.
little tidbits on life, you know?
I like
so
that
like
thought process. Yeah.
So I just started like expressing things of like just my views on like certain things, like you know, like how like, you know, regulating your emotion as a man, how to like, you know, like friendship, how to build really friendship as you get older, and just different things like masculinity. What does it mean to be a man nowadays? Like just different things, you know, religion, like, you know, me questioning like religion and life. And I just think it's just, you know, I don't have the answers for all these things, but I just wanted to kind of
putting your thoughts out there.
just the thought process behind this, and just to like, you know, that was just my whole MO behind that. And I just kind of like, you know, just made it a challenge for myself to be like, oh, you know what, this is something I'm gonna try to be consistent with for the entire year.
And it's actually, it's being vulnerable too, like putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's that. I can't even take all the credit for that.
Okay.
I have to take the credit. Like my lady Ash, she's the one who's always.
We gonna talk about her after, but yeah, keep going.
But she's the one who's very big on like, she always tells me, she's like, yo, like, talk to the world like you would talk to me. She's like, talk to the world like you talk to me. I'm like, all right. And so she's always pushing me to be like, you know, like just to be vulnerable with myself and my emotions and stuff like that. Because I feel like us as men, like we hold a lot of stuff. I mean, like I held a lot of things for so many years, and it's only recently that I just started really coming to terms to like, yo, you know what? Let me talk about this. Let me talk about it. Let me like I don't know, man.
Dope.
Like I just want to be at that level where I'm just super comfortable with myself.
Facts. And you know, being free to express yourself. Like, 'cause I feel like we live in a world, fams, where it's like, again, people are scared to express themselves. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't follow the trend, or you know what I mean, then there's the cancel culture, or like you're not allowed to be against certain things. It's like, bro, like, why can't I have my opinions and express it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think like we don't even know how to express ourselves too. Like I feel like as men, we haven't been taught how to express ourselves, because you know, like I remember like I was probably like a few years ago, I was like, yo, you know what? Like it's true. Like I was really think about it, like the ways I express myself.
Yeah.
If it's either I'm upset, mad, or sad. That was the only like emotions I am able to I could express. But it's like, yo, I'm so much more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like a lot of my thing, I will always turn to anger. So even if I was sad, I'll find a way to turn that into anger. If I was like, everything was always about anger or whatever, and it was just like I really had to take time to really like decode myself and really like pull back the layers and understand like, okay, yo, I need to start talking more about my emotions. I need to start expressing myself more. I have to start getting more in tune with myself and all that fun shit, you know?
I think that's huge, bro. I think that most young black men, that's what they suffer with, like dealing with their emotions. You know what I'm trying to say? Lashing out, killing each other, whatever, out of anger. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times if they, when I got arrested in 2019, last time I got arrested in 2019, and I was looking at like 4 years or whatever, so I had to do some therapy or whatever, right? You know, you do stuff to make your case look good, you know? So I did the therapy. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. Then there's a white lady, then it's like, you know, at first it's like, I'm not telling you nothing, like, you know what I mean? But like, after a while, a few months later, like you start talking more and more and more. And yo, by the end of that, bro, I was like, yo, this feels good, bro. I'm looking forward to go and just express myself. And you know what I'm trying to say? And I felt like that helped me, bro, because she helped me like look at who I was as a child, who I became, who I am now, who I want to be. Like, help you reflect yourself and express yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I feel like, yo, that's what we need, fam. Express ourselves, fam.
But also you need to see more black men like us talk about these type of things too, you know? So to normalize it where it's like, nah, it's okay to talk about your feelings and talk through things.
And it's okay to feel how you feel. Yeah. And you're not the only one going through it.
100%. And you know what's crazy, bro? I was reading something, because me, I'm big on podcasts and stuff like that. And they're talking about like, you know, like holding in emotions, like that actually makes you physically sick, bro.
For sure.
Like holding in things, you could develop illness, like illness in your body, bro.
Because that's stress.
So it turns into stress and like, bro, you could physically get sick. So it doesn't affect you mentally, but it affects you physically as well too, which is insane.
It's like, okay. It makes sense. Wow, that's crazy, firms. So, one of the things I've seen you, you know, I was just going through your page a little bit, talk about recently was, religion. And you're saying like you're in a space where you're trying to find your religion and find like what you believe. And talk to me a little bit about that. Where's your headspace and all that? Cause I found that very interesting. And again, I rate that you're able to express that. But by the way, keep doing those videos. I love seeing that. But yeah,
I think it's just like, you know, like obviously I'm just seeing, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of men around me who are just like, you know, who've been finding their faith, and it made me start questioning like, oh, like I found it kind of strange. I wouldn't say I found it strange, but I was like, yo, why God never played a role in my life, you know? And started to kind of understand that, and like, you know, having me questioning like, is it too late for me to start like having or try to have a relationship with God, or like even if it is for me, and like I've been really on that kind of like, I would say that little journey of just to question it. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting messages where people are like, yo, like, you know, you don't need religion or anything like that. Like me, I don't look at it if I need or if I don't need religion. I'm looking at it more like, yo, like, I never took the time to even like really question those things. to even have a valid answer.
Facts,
you know?
Facts. And these are important questions we need to ask ourselves. I feel like we just live life and we just do what we want to do, and we just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? And we're mad and emotional. We don't get to do what we want to do, and we're just happy when we do, and that's it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
asking yourself key question: yo, is there a God?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, what happens when I die? Yo, why am I here? Yo, what's life about?
Exactly.
So these are important questions.
Yeah, because like you're saying, we're on the rat race. We're on the treadmill thing. You know, work, you know, family, and all that stuff. Like we're doing that. Like all that's good, but like, you know, like you're moving so fast through life, you don't take a moment to just ask certain questions like, okay, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's
my purpose in life?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I refuse to believe, fam, we're just born to eat, sleep, shit, then die. Like, what's your purpose? Like,
we're built for more than that.
Yeah, bro. I believe like we're here to leave an impact, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, on your, when you die, they're reading your what's the thing called?
Obituary,
fam. It should be impactful, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who's and the I'm realizing the way to be the most impactful is by affecting other people's life, bro.
Bro, that's exactly my mission, bro. That's literally why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Like my goal to here right now is to just elevate other people and elevate other people who look like me, who could relate to me, to just be better in their lives, and just show them that like, even when you have the odds stacked against you, you can make something out of nothing.
No,
You make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole my whole purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I know religion is like a touchy subject or whatever for people, but for me, it's like, unfortunately, like we have messed up religion, and we have taken religion, interpreted it their own way, and try to control it to benefit and get what they want out of it. You know what I'm trying to say? But aside from all of that, like reflecting my life, I feel like I've been on both sides of the spectrums, where I've been dark, quote unquote, trying to be a demon, angry, and I've been like in my spirituality and trying to connect with God or higher power, and you know what I mean, and like praying and doing right, living righteously. And I feel like whenever I've done on that, my life has been better. I've seen way better for my life.
Yeah.
Than when not. You get what I'm trying to say?
The signs are there, right? The signs are there, right?
So, like, to me, there has to be a God. Like,
yeah. Nah, no doubt.
You know what I'm trying to say?
No doubt. I don't live life without even thinking that there's no God. I know there's something way bigger than us. I don't know in what manifestation or what state that is, but like I believe in there's something. Like look at the beauty life has, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, like sometimes like
nature speaks for itself.
Yo, bro, sometimes I just be walking like walking across the water, and you just see like the sun rays hitting the water, and you're like, damn, looks like diamonds in the water. Like this is not by mistake. This is not by mistake. You know what I'm saying? So you can see these little things, and you're just like, nah, like there's no way that this shit just
happened, or a big bang or explosion.
Nah. There's certain design choices that happen that you're kind of like,
design. I love the way you say it, bro. You know what I mean? How all 4 seasons are at certain times, and it rotates, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like nature speaks for itself, for real,
100%. It's 100%.
Like the world spins at a certain rate that keeps the gravity down, and if it was a little off, there wouldn't be no gravity. And like, you know what I mean? Daytime sun, nighttime moon. It's like, I just said design, bro.
Yeah. But it's just because we're surrounded by all the noise, all these like buildings, man-made stuff, and all these stuff. It kind of just blocks our frequency. Or our vision from like appreciating these stuff as we used to. You know?
Especially like bills and just trying to get money to survive. Like that alone will like
the whole system, bro.
The system. Yeah, you're right still. You're right still, bro. Holy. I love the way what you said earlier, man. You're like, yo, well, if I had you, what would I tell him? Like, you know what I mean? What kind of knowledge? I feel like that's a perfect angle to use to just go in there in front of the camera, expressing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because like even me, I've been thinking about that. Like, yo, I love seeing people do that because I think I want to do that too. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, yo, what am I saying though? Like,
whatever thought comes to mind. So now I have a process where it's like, I think I do it on Mondays. I live out my week, the previous week, and I just take down some notes, and then the Monday coming, I'm like, yo, I'm just going to talk for an hour in front of the camera. What is the topic I want to talk about? And I'm just like, I create a little system, you know, and I just roll with it, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's how I've been doing it, man, you know?
So what do you think about the whole, like, music in the scene right now in Montreal? Like, especially like you're coming from a time where, as I said, you're running around with Trey, and 1-6, and so you've seen a little bit of the music and the rapping and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, what's your view on the?
Honestly, like I'm gonna be very honest. I'm not as tapped in as I should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw. I just listened to what's his name? Borden's project.
Yeah, that was hard.
I like that. There's dudes here that I like personally, so I'm gonna always watch out for them. So
like who? Name me some. So like Borden.
Yo, Chris the Spirit.
I keep hearing about him. I need to check him out.
He's fire, bro. What do you mean? He's fire, bro. You know, and like obviously like always been a fan of Nate Huss, bro. That's my guy right there. But like, those are like really the people who are like listen to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because like I'm actually tapped in with them. You know, like I know in person. So whenever they drop stuff, I'm following them and I see and I peep game. But I haven't been actively like really like seeing what's happening here and like keeping tabs on that. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I am.
No,
you know?
for sure.
You know?
What about back then when you were a little bit closer to it? Like,
obviously, like back then, like obviously the usual suspects, the Boy Blues, the Eye Blast, you know what I'm saying, like the Pesos, all those dudes, you know, like Flea, like shout out to Flea, like
the Trapper,
you know what I mean, like all those dudes.
I feel like Flea had potential to be like one of the best out here, man. I think so talented, bro.
His voice?
He has that sound.
The voice. Like, you know, like some rappers, like, not saying that he doesn't have bars, bro, but like some rappers, bro, when you hear their voice is
just makes you want to listen to it.
Bro, he had that voice, bro. Like he had that voice, like, so like anytime you hear it, you're like, okay, Flea.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Flea, man.
Shout out Flea, nah, for sure. Shout out Flea, man. No, facts. What do you think the difference is between back then and now in terms of like?
I think the internet and the opportunities, bro. The opportunities. Now it's like, you know, this is just like the you know, especially with people like shout out, like that's why I mess with dudes like my bro, like Nate, bro, because he's showing people here that like there's so many, like, yo, his song was just playing on that show, the number one show on Netflix, Nate
Huss?
Yeah, he has a song that's on I think it's a TV show that's produced by LeBron James.
Serious?
And he has a song playing on, he's one of the songs that's playing on the show, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, like, so like, I think that's the difference now. Now we're seeing like, yo, there's more, the opportunities here. So like, you know, like, I don't want to hear no one talking about like being the king of the city or being the best rapper here.
You seen that? You seen a little bit of that?
I think I seen a bit about that. Yeah. But like, I feel like it's kind of like the crabs in the barrels mentality type of thing. You know, it's like,
so?
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, the opportunities are so big now. Like, yo, there's people here who are big elsewhere who are making bags. Who's making bags?
And you don't even know their
and you don't even know here. You have
That's
producers here. You have producers here who are producing for big artists.
Big artists and stuff.
You don't know
as
about
you said,
them.
music and movies and stuff like that.
So like people are complaining. People are trying to be like, okay, being someone here, just because you're someone here doesn't mean that like it means anything.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that's just me.
Okay, I like that
personally.
opinion.
Because I operate the same way too. Like that's why it's like even me, like how I operate in my business, like, I do stuff here, but like my focus always been like outside of my city, outside my country, because the world is too big. You know what I'm saying? Montreal is a very small city. I love the city and everything, but it's very small. And it's like, I don't want to be king of a small hill, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to conquer the globe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
international.
Yeah, I want to conquer the globe. Like,
and you're already on your way.
Little by little, bro. Little by little. So I think like it's just to have that mentality,
that
like,
mindset.
Yeah, you know, it's cool to have friendly competition. It's okay to think that you're the best, but it's like, nah, the world is too big. The world's too big. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Okay. No, I like that perspective still. I like hearing different perspective. I like that one still.
No, for sure.
I like that one still. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, man, you've been with your lady for like, I think since I know you, fam. Like,
no. You
maybe a little bit.
Nah, because I've been with her since 2016.
2016?
Yeah. You probably met me. When you met me, I was with someone else. I don't think it's the same.
No.
No.
Okay.
I don't think you met her before. Ash. I don't think you met her before.
So you weren't with her around those times, you were?
No. I was
okay.
I was with someone else. I was with someone else.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
but
I've
I've been with Ash since 2016.
2016. So that's
almost 10,
that's
almost
9 years. That's almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Damn. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So like, man, talk to a little bit of, because I feel like in this time, bro, black men, we struggle with staying in a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's too many people who could say, I've been with my shorty 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. You know what I mean? Like, what was the journey like, and what's some advice you have for some nice young black men out here?
What was the journey like for me? Like, yo, highs and lows. Like,
For sure,
like every
for sure, for
like
sure.
every relationship.
For
and
sure. What do you
everything,
think kept you together for so long?
I think what kept us together for so long is that we push each other to be our own individuals and to keep on progressing, you know? Like so like I think it was very important for us when we got into a relationship together that like, you know, I'm aware that what she wants to accomplish in her life, and she's aware what I'm trying to accomplish for her life. Because I feel like sometimes you could get in relationships and it's just like, you know, one person is stagnant, the other person is progressing, or it's like you guys are both stagnant together. And I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. So I think we kind of just established very early on, is like, yo, babe, I'm going to push you, you're going to push me, and we're going to figure things out as we go along. And we always made it like almost like a deal to be like, okay, whatever shit happens, we're gonna always try to figure it out because it's us two. Let's you know what I mean? So like we had like certain, you know, things that we worked on very quickly and you know, and like also it's like I know to choose a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know how to choose. You know what I mean? That's also a factor as well too. And she knows how to choose a good man too. So it's like,
you guys chose each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like, she's not someone who's self-centered. She's not someone who is like, you know, it's all about her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not someone who's all about me. Like we like. It just made perfectly sense, you know what I'm saying? And like we have big goals together too, and I think that's huge too.
And
like
you guys push each other.
Yeah, I think having goals in a relationship, like goals, like if you're gonna get with someone and you're trying to be serious, I think it's like, be serious about, like, have those big conversations, like, okay, like, you want to have kids, you want to have family, let's do this. Okay, you want to buy a house, you want to do this, let's create the system to do that. Okay, you want to start your business. Okay, what do you need to get popping? Okay, let's have goals in a relationship. I heard someone said before, they're like, yo, you have to treat a relationship like a business. Like, you can't just come in there and just act like, yo, there's work to put in, you know what I'm saying? So like,
everybody's waiting for the other person, you know what I mean? Or no one takes accountability, or like,
exactly.
You know
and you know, and like, call each other out on certain things, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, like, I didn't like when you did that, or you didn't like when I did that. Let's talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, that's a whole journey on its own, but it's a fun journey though.
I like what you said, the goals one, that one's hard.
Yeah.
Set goals with each other. That one's hard. Teamwork, you know what I mean?
I see I feel like people focus on the wrong thing. One thing I see popping up online is like, I see people talk about like sharing, what's it called? The going 50-50 on dates and all these.
What's your views on that?
Bro, like, my views on that, like, what is my views on that? Like, I feel like it's kind of, I find it's kind of childish to talk about like money like that in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna take you out, I'm paying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna take you out and all that stuff. But like, I wouldn't want to be with someone who just expects me to do that all the time, because it's like you don't, like, what, you don't care about me? And like, me personally, I'm gonna say it straight up, I'm lucky enough, I only been with women, I never been with a woman who's broke, you know what I'm saying? Never in my life. So I never been in a situation where it's like, oh, like, I have to be the one always paying, or she has to be the one always paying. It was just like, all right, like, you know, so I never really had those weird interaction when it
No,
came
for
to
sure.
when it came to money,
For
but
sure,
I
for
see
sure.
that's a huge
Thing.
conversation,
No,
and
it is.
people are like really getting really passionate about it, and it's like,
it is.
I'm like, yo, like,
I think it's the music, fam.
it's everything. It's
with
everything.
The agenda they're pushing with the get a money, man. And
It's everything.
You know what I mean? Money this,
It's the economy
money that,
too.
go broke, nigga. The economy.
And I think that's kind of crazy because nowadays it's like, yo, if you go out to, like me, like, yo, man, like going out to eat is like, yo, like we went out to go eat not so long ago. It's like, it's easy, like $2 bills, bro. If you want to go out somewhere nice,
it's $2 bills. minimum. Minimum.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay,
No facts.
you know what I mean?
No facts.
Like,
no facts.
I want to be with someone who's financially responsible too. You know what I'm saying?
No facts. No, I feel like I'm a little traditional, so I do feel like the man should handle things, but I feel like you should have a woman that if you can't, she can step up and handle it and not feel no way about it. Like, it's love. Like, you know, where you fall short, the other person picks up. Where they fall short, you pick up. And that goes for everything.
Yeah.
Full circle in the relationship. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's a teamwork thing. It's a teamwork thing. But you know, but me, like, I don't want to get too personal, but like, bro, like, we have a joint account, like, almost, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that happened real early in our relationship. Okay. So it's like, it was never, because we were working on projects together and doing things together, we're making money together. So it's just like, all right, you want to go out, you have access to the account, whatever. So I never like, so I don't know, like, money is money, like,
trusting each other to both be responsible. And communicate. And
I feel like in a relationship, money should be talked about early on. Personally, should be really talked about early on because that could like destroy relationships 100%. Like, and I want to make sure that like, we talk about this. This is where I'm at financially. This is where you're at financially. All right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think love is something you gotta choose every day? Like, every day you gotta choose to love this woman. Cause as a man, right? Let's keep it real. Like, just cause you're with a girl doesn't mean you can't find another girl attractive. Like, you're a man, right? Let's be real, right? So what keeps you locked in on your woman as opposed to like letting yourself go here and there and just, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that could be something that a lot of guys struggle too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what stop? Yeah, I got too much to lose. I got like, and like whatever I have out there, like it's not gonna replace what I built up so far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think the risk worth me. Like, I've been with this person for almost 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Probably if it was still early on in the relationship, that would be a whole thing, you know what I'm saying?
But like love is not something that can keep a relationship going for 10 years. Just love alone. That's what I'm saying. It comes to a point where it's a mental decision every day. Like, this is the woman I choose.
Yes, but also like, and it goes back to like us as individuals still developing as well too. So it's like, you know, she's still developing as a person and she's putting effort into that. I'm developing as a person and we're putting effort into that. So that's still changing our relationship as it goes on. You know what I mean?
You're evolving together.
So she's not the same woman that she was 2 years ago, and I'm not the same man 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably if she was the same person, I don't know. Probably if I was the same person, she'd probably look at me differently as well too. But it's like, we're still like learning and growing and stuff like that. And that's making our relationship like evolve at the same time. So like, so that's why I'm very big on like the whole, like, as individuals still grow to make sure that like we're growing together and the relationship is growing and it's just not stagnant, bro. So I think that's when that question of like, oh, like, do I still love this person? And you're still thinking about that, because I think that happens when either you as a person, you're growing and you're changing, and the person that you're with, they're kind of the same. And you're kind of looking at that person kind of differently, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, for sure, like, yo, you know, she looks at other dudes and she'd be like, yo, you know, like, he's cute. I look at other girls and be like, yo, she have a fat ass or whatever case may be. Like, we still, like, we talk like that.
Me too, and I love that, bro. I do that with my girl too, bro. Like, because, yo, either way, it's either I'm going to think it and hide it from you, or let's just be open. Like, yo, babe, that girl's pretty. Yo, that girl has a fat ass. I feel better that way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's no way, like, yo, people who think that you're in a relationship and you can't find other people attractive.
You're lying to yourself.
You're like,
you're lying. You're just creating a headache for yourself.
Like it's either like you're like 15 years old or something like that. Like if you're growing, like you could find another person attractive. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna go cheat on you with that person or leave everything for that person. It's just like, no, that person is attractive.
Yeah,
like,
it is what it is. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna sit here and lie and say that Beyonce is not attractive?
You know what I'm trying to say?
What are you saying, me?
And a lot of time, yo, if a girl walks by with a fat ass, 9 times out of 10, your girl's looking too.
Obviously.
You know what I'm saying? So,
most of the time, she would be the one who say that, like, yo, her booty is big.
No, facts. No, that's dope, man. That's dope to have that openness. I think, like, that's what I appreciate the most. Like, to be able to, I shouldn't be able to have to hide things, bro. I should be able to feel free to express myself. I think that's very important.
Yeah. The minute when you have to start hiding things in relationships, nah, that's crazy. That's the things. That's gonna turn into something else, you know?
No, facts. Yeah, Brody, yo, we had a dope conversation, man. I really love it.
For sure. Went by so fast, though.
Right? Almost an hour already.
It's been an hour, man. But it was cool to like lock in with you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yo, like I said, yo, me and homeboy goes back like since like 20 like 20. When was the last time we seen each other? 2011, 2012. But it was during like.
Been a minute, fam.
Yeah, bro.
I can't even put a year to it.
I think it's like probably like 2010, 2011, 12.
Probably like 2012.
It's around those eras.
Like 2012.
Because when you started to come around with Trey and them, like that was like.
Yeah, like around 2011.
2011, okay. So like from 2011, 2013-ish, you know what I'm saying? And then, damn.
Yeah, because I've been here from Toronto, like, I think, like going on 13 years now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay, because when you first came down here, that's when you started to link with the man and stuff like that. Yeah. So, coffee.
So, yo, it's been a moon, like, it's been a full moon still, but time just flies, bro.
But I'm proud of you, bro. I'm happy. I love seeing what you're doing. Like I said, I saw a few stuff and I'm like, oh shit, I have to tap in with you. Like, respect, you know, I really fuck with that.
Same,
you know what
same
I mean?
with
Like,
you, man.
Like,
same
I love seeing like dudes that I know from back then and just, you know, they're doing things that is positive. That's putting themselves out there, trying things, and just. I love that shit, bro. Like 100%. Like
respect,
I fuck with that.
It wasn't easy, man. I had some ups and downs too, you know. I've had some lows, you know what I mean?
That's life.
I just came to a point in my life from like, I just decided, yo, all right, like, let me do good, bro. Like, I'm in my 30s right now, dog. Let me do good. Let me switch it up, bro. Let me try, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with trying, bro. There's nothing trying. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna look back probably 10 years from now and you're gonna be like, yo, I'm happy I did that move. I'm happy I got up and I did that move. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't even be here right now. Trust me, fam. Trust me, I wouldn't even be here right now, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And God, I gotta keep that. Me putting God in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Love that.
Like, me personally, I'm big on, I believe Jesus is God, you know what I mean? I'm big on the Bible, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And for me, that has helped me change my
life,
life, stay on a positive route, stay out the way, and elevate.
Bro, anything that helps you to elevate and to have like a clear path, a clear vision.
Real talks.
Yo, like, you should honor that and people should respect that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm always open-minded to whatever people need to get by. Like Like, unless it's like drugs, bro. Like, I feel like that's a whole different conversation. But like, but generally speaking, like, yo, you know, that's the thing that you need, bro. Like,
No,
yo,
facts.
I'm all for that, bro. Like,
Facts. See, the thing about drugs, it's just a temporary fix. So you got to keep going back. It's not fixing your problem.
Nah, it isn't. It's just forming an addiction, bro. Forming an addiction right there. And you know me, I'm on my fitness healthy tip.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Telling me you're benching 2 plates out here. I'm with you still.
I'm doing my thing.
I'm with you. Yo, my goal for the end of 2024 was to do 3 plates, but then
that's what I'm trying to do.
I was almost there, fam, and then boom, I ended up going to my brother's birthday party. I wasn't smoking, drinking, nothing. I ended up going to my brother's birthday party. Ended up taking a few shots, and then it just went downhill from there, yo. Now I stopped going to the gym. I'm like, I messed up my whole flow, but I'm back on it this year. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't even drink, bro. Like, the only time I drink, honestly, it's a celebratory shot. So say if it's your birthday and you're like, oh, let's take a shot with me. I would take a shot.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't
even want to do that right now.
I don't do that.
I'm just going to go downhill, fam. You know what I mean? I'm a man, bro. I used to turn up. Everything, every night, bro. Trapping and just getting high every night, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta stay away, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing podcasts, niggas is blowing weed in my face. I was like,
Nah, but it's crazy. Like, one of the reasons why I kind of pulled back on like the liquor and the smoking is because of the fitness. Bro, I learned how to swim recently. Like 2-3 years ago, I took some courses.
That's dope.
And so I started swimming, and bro, like, I didn't know how much breath work you need for swimming. So man's like me is going underwater for like 20 seconds, and I come back. And the instructor's like, yo, why you have a hard time breathing? And I'm like, yo, it's because like I'm realizing it's because I'm smoking too much. And like the liquor, like I would drink sometimes, and I realized it would make it hard for me to recover from my workouts. So I just started like, yo, you know what? I'm dialing in more in my training, and I just cut back on all that stuff. Like,
it feels good, eh?
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. So like I will only smoke here and there, like in the social setting, which happens like probably like once every 2 months or something like that. And we'll have like a celebratory shot. Before it was every week, bro. Like every weekend was a ritual. Like, okay, I have to do these. You know what I mean? Okay, I have my wine, and you know, me and the lady would just finish like 2-3 bottles of wine one night, and it's like, no, we don't do that no more. Like, and even her, she's on her fitness tip hard too. So like,
there's a compliment.
Yeah. So
yo, shout out to your lady, man, because I love what you said, bro. She pushes you to be the man you are, bro. Yeah. And that's the definition of a queen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your lady, man.
Shout out to my baby.
Yeah, bro.
My everything.
Facts. You guys keep it together, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know, man. We need to do this again, bro.
For sure,
it was really fun talking. The way time just flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope conversation.
I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying? Any shout outs? Any last thing you want to do? Where can they find you? Your business, whatever?
Yo, where you can find me is Miro LaFlaga on everything. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, everywhere. You know what I mean? Just type that in. Just type that in on Google. But in terms of shout outs, like I don't have no specific shout outs or anything like that. I just want everyone to just remember that, like, yo, even when things feel like even when like the odds are against you, there's always a way out. Like, don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like, don't feel hopeless. You know what I mean? Like, don't feel, there's always a way out. You know, times is gonna always feel hard. There's gonna be moments where it's like things are not going your way. Just remember, all of this is just temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, man, don't give up on yourself. That's just my message. Just don't give up on yourself.
Yo, just like that.